Beautiful morning from the Philippines, Savvy Expat. Today is a special day because we are handling the move-in and keys turnover to one of our clients, Michael, hailing all the way from North Carolina and also Washington, D.C. But whether you're in the States, whether you're in the Philippines, no morning is complete. I know mine isn't complete without some coffee, so let's get some really quick. Good morning, good morning. Can I have one cold brew, please? Beautiful, thank you. Beautiful, so we got the coffee secured, and now I want to introduce you not only to my team, but also run you through the agenda for today, because if you are an expat moving to the Philippines, this is going to be very important for you. Hello, Raymond. Hi, Jerica. Morning, morning. So we are now en route over to Uptown Residences, a very common Airbnb spot that a lot of our expat clients from the States stay at while we're looking at properties for them. With this specific client, Michael Cherry, he came from North Carolina and we did several viewings with him. Eventually found a spot that he really liked, but the reason why this video will be very important for you as an expat that's coming from the States is so that you can actually get an idea of what the move-in process will look like for you as an expat. So stay tuned because we're going to be giving you a lot of tips and also pieces of advice on how you can get moved into a condo here in the Philippines without getting scammed and without getting a skin tax as well. Secondly, you'll also get a look at the process of the full move-in, from the key turnover to notarizing documents and signing out the lease contract. Everything will be shown in this video. I also want to introduce you to one of the members of our team, Jerica, because when working with us for your move over to the Philippines, of course, we have our relocation specialist. Jerica, you were the one that specifically from our team handled this move-in for Michael. How was it looking for these condos for Michael?
It was really a nice view. Everything is really perfect. The view and the location of the condo. So
yeah.
It really suits his preferences. So I really recommend if you ever want to look for some place, maybe I will can just show you around.
And another thing I want to show you, Savvy Expat. So we're en route over to BGC right now. This is the Pasig River, very infamous for being one of like the dirtiest rivers in Manila. Isn't that right, Jerica?
Yes.
But I think they cleaned it up. As you can see, on the way to BGC, traffic is not as bad today, but from Makati to BGC, typically it'll take like 15 minutes without traffic. With traffic, that can be like nearly an hour, unfortunately. But we'll be on time to see Michael. And really, the way the process works as an expat when working with our team to get settled down in a condo is they just give us their entire wish list of what they're looking for. So Michael specifically, he was looking for 2 bedrooms. Isn't that right, Jerica?
Yes, 1 to 2 bedroom
Yeah.
With AC inverter. Also, he's quite concerned with the square meters and the balcony.
Yeah.
And he has pets, so we have also to consider that. So not all buildings are allowing that for the tenants.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of different nuances. Like if you have pets, but if you want a balcony, we basically grant that for them and we go on the viewings accordingly to that specific criteria. So we will show you what that kind of looks like with Michael, our client. If you are also an expat that's planning on moving to the Philippines and you want the full A to Z process covered for you so that you don't have to deal with the hassles, pitfalls, potential skin tax, and scams that come along the process of dealing with this entire big move by yourself halfway across the world, then feel free to reach out in the link in the description down below. But other than that, enough yapping. Let's go over to BGC and see Michael. Okay, so we already picked up Michael at his Airbnb. We're at the lobby to his new home, so just helping him carry his suitcases and whatnot. He's checking out the mail room, but right now we are in the lobby of his new place here in BGC. Good location, and we're just gonna get him moved in now. New home, and Michael's pretty tired of hopping from Airbnb to Airbnb, so it'll definitely be nice for Michael to have a nice consistent daily routine and a place that he actually lives in instead of Airbnb hopping. So let's get him moved in. All right, home sweet home for Michael here. All right, guys, let me give you guys a quick tour. This is MTV Cribs over here, the Savvy Expat. Password Cherry123. There we go.
You're welcome.
All right.
Welcome.
Appreciate you having us here, Michael, for the MTV style cribs and BGC edition.
Of course.
Absolutely, but you got a nice crib here.
Yeah, the fish tank is on the no.
No fish tank yet. But yeah, guys, so here we are in Michael's new home out here in BGC. You're close to everything from Market, Uptown, High Street as well. But how does it feel now that you don't have to do any more Airbnb hopping?
Oh, thank God. I was hemorrhaging money doing Airbnbs every other week.
Yep.
And I'm just happy to be home. Just happy to be home.
Absolutely. I mean, when would you say, Michael, was the first time that we hopped on call together? It was in November. So November of last year,
Yeah.
This move has been a few years in the making for you now.
Yeah, I've been planning and plotting and scheming for quite a while. I would say actually over 15 years.
Over 15 years.
I knew I was going to move overseas. I didn't know where. Initially, it was closer to the States, maybe Panama, something like that. But then I was like, you know what? Let me do Southeast Asia. I liked it when I was younger. I like it now.
So 15 years in the making, now here we are in person, made it a reality. Just out of curiosity as well, Michael, what initially caused you to reach out to us for this move?
Well, the vlog works. That kind of drew me to you first. And then kind of your focus on relocating. There's a lot of vlogs that usually talk about just hooking up with girls, which is cool, but I don't need any help with that. I think I'll figure that out on my own.
Yeah.
But, you know, just that you had kind of almost like a template for settling, and like you say, kind of like a soft landing in BGC. That's the kind of thing I wanted to do. I know kind of the quality of things and the standard of living I like. And this is kind of in that realm here.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to be, you know, in the slums. I can't do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, you got the same similar quality life that you get in the West, except for a lot more affordable, which I will run you guys through a little bit of what the cost is for Michael's new crib out here. But why don't we do a quick walkthrough of your new place here, Michael? I mean, straight ahead on the left, when you walk in, we have the kitchen right over here, 4-burner stove and the cooktop right there. And then as you can see straight ahead down here, we also have the washing machine, which is always helpful to have, so that Michael doesn't have to call any numbers or services for that. We have the washing machine here, the sink right across from the stove, and then the new fridge.
Inverter, which is something to look for.
Absolutely. And definitely quite spacious compared to majority of other units that you see out here in Manila.
Absolutely. 60 square meters, which I think most of the other places I was looking at were more in the 30, maybe encroaching on 40.
Yeah.
But this one is perfect for me. I got pets coming in, so I don't want to be living on top of a kitty litter. I'd rather have the cat's box over there and me hanging out over here. So
Yep.
that's a big part of it.
1000%. And before we walk through the rest of the condo as well, Michael, I just also want to get an understanding. What were your first impressions like? I mean, I know you've been to the Philippines previously, but first impressions, I mean, now this is for the full move.
Yeah.
What has your impressions been of the Philippines coming from Washington and North Carolina?
Again, I love it. It's, I think the people first and foremost make it the best.
Absolutely.
Really all you have to do is give them a smile.
Yep.
And you get, you know, 10-fold back. It's pretty cool. You know, BGC is super comfortable. I need to get comfortable on those little pink scooters. Once I get comfortable on those, I can zip around.
The movers. Yeah.
But you can walk everywhere. It's a little hot right now, obviously, but you know, I got my little hat on. You know, you can have an umbrella if you need it, and just walk around. Everything is right there.
And you've also been picking up some Tagalog as well, impressing the locals out here. There you go. And the signature Sige, aka Ziggy Ziggy. Ziggy Ziggy.
Okay. Yeah,
Very
it's
nice.
a cool language. It's a little bit challenging, but I'll be here long enough. So
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Definitely pick it up. So like we mentioned, guys, straight ahead when you walk into the condo unit, on the very left side is the kitchen. You have the 4-burner stove top. There's a built-in oven there as well. And then also the laundry machine, washer and dryer, inverter AC, which is always nice to have in a hot country like the Philippines, getting hotter right now. The fridge. And then on the right side, immediately upon entry, you have the 4-person dining table. And as you can see, when you walk into this condo, everything is very simple and minimalistically furnished, which is very nice, a very clean feel to this unit. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the details of this condo. So as far as the details of this unit go, this is really where the highlight is. As Michael mentioned earlier, this is around 60 square meters or 600 square feet. And one of the best parts about this is our team, Jerica, you were able to lower the price of this unit. So 60 square meters, the original asking price was 85K. So that's roughly around 1,500 USD, but you're able to lower this down to
65,000
pesos. So that's about 1.1K or $1,100. So $400 off of the condo.
Yes,
That's not bad. How does it feel, Michael? We got $400 off of this unit.
Feels good. You're basically paying for yourself.
Yeah.
The service pays for itself.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I got $400 off the unit, and based off of what we're seeing here in Park Triangle, the quality of this unit is a lot nicer compared to the little bit more dated units that you may find closer to Market or even in Town, where the units are a little bit older, but definitely not bad from 85K to 65K per month. So very good. Now let me show you guys the rest of the unit. And then we have the complimentary wine here on the table from Michael there. So you already found a few wine spots in BGC, Wine Story, there in Uptown.
Yeah, bring your money.
Yeah, they'll upsell you there.
They're gonna try to upsell you, 58,000
peso bottle of wine.
For a bottle.
Yeah, $1,000 plus for a bottle of wine. But you know what better way to treat yourself when you have your new home in the Philippines, right? So once you guys walk further down into the unit, here in Michael's home, we have the TV, comes with a TV stand, also the coffee table in the middle, and then the couch at the very end. Nice little artwork here, and then straight ahead from there, we also have the balcony, which for a balcony in BGC is quite a bit more spacious. Let me take you guys outside. As you guys can see, an absolutely gorgeous view. You got a mix of everything over here, Michael.
Oh yeah, I got the school down there.
Yep.
Got the hood over there.
Yep.
Got the mountains.
Got the mountains. You got the whole Philippine experience out here.
Got it all.
Yeah.
All from a nice safe distance on the 41st floor. So.
Exactly. You're safe up here, but yeah, I mean, it's really interesting just seeing like the wealth gap out here in the Philippines, because you can have international schools here where it's very prestigious schools, the best schools in the entire country. International School in Manila, aka ISM, British International School, BSM, and then right across from there, you have these $1,000 per year schools, on par with the price of tuition out there in the States. And then next to that, you have the slums of the Philippines as well, which is super interesting. That's really the wealth gap of the Philippines.
It is.
Yeah, and then from there, as Michael mentioned, further down you also have the mountains, and then right down there is Pasig. That's Pasig City, so you have the high-rises out there. But all in all, this view is gorgeous, Michael. I mean, it really expands far out. And you also have Laguna Bay, I believe, straight across as well, further down. So nice view of the water. So that is a look at the balcony, and then walking into the bedroom, which, by the way, forgot to mention earlier, this is a one-bedroom unit that we got secured for Michael here in BGC. Walking into this unit, or into this bedroom, we have a king-size bed, a very large bed, fit for a king like Michael. Waited 15 years to come out here to the Philippines, so definitely deserves it. King-size bed, some closet space right behind me over there, and then also these relatively large windows, which looks out to the International School of Manila, and the same view that we saw earlier there on the balcony. Very large and expanding view of Manila and the rest of the Philippines, as you can see on that side. And then from the bedroom, like I mentioned, the king-size bed, another AC inside the bedroom. We have the bathroom. So the bathroom comes simply with a sink, the toilet, and then the shower. As little as part of the shower, you can sit down as well. You have the shower head, very simple. And then as for the quality of the material, not bad. You have these quartz countertops, quartz walls here, and not a bad bathroom whatsoever. All right, guys, so that is a look into Michael's new home out here in BGC. A few months in the making after we hopped on our initial call, but how do you feel about everything so far, Michael?
I'm happy. It's all going well, and these guys are doing most of the work. So,
well, yeah, new stage to your life, so it's definitely exciting. What are your plans from here on out?
I gotta go shopping.
Gotta go shopping for some kitty litter. The cats are around you soon.
Kitty litter and cat toys and food, and I guess I need like bath towels, all that kind of stuff. So
right,
got some
toilet paper. Yeah, for sure. But you got the membership at Landers, which is really close by. So
I do.
that's
and they deliver.
They deliver as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes it a lot easier. And then at least for me and my team, our next step from here is we're gonna get Michael's alien certificate of registration card, so get his ID out here so that we can open up his bank account. As you guys know, we talked about in the videos, they require PDCs or post-dated checks, which is very untraditional compared to what we do in the States, but that's what they require. So we'll have to open up a checking account for Michael and get those PDCs, and then from there you pretty much have you hit the ground running and you have your new life set up. So yeah, beautiful. Appreciate it, Michael.
Appreciate it.
All right, and also before we leave, guys, we're gonna check out the amenities here at Park Triangle. So as you can see, absolutely gorgeous. Right now we'll walk into the gym. Michael mentioned that the gym is very nice, so we'll take a look at this. You said here everything is brand new, yeah, Michael?
Oh, brand new.
Brand new. Oh yeah, definitely one of the better gyms here in BGC. So you have the dumbbells here, right over there. Treadmills on this side for cardio. Very nice. You don't really have to leave your place at all.
There will be days where I don't leave.
Yep.
Guarantee it.
For sure. All right, so there's the gym. Thank you. And straight ahead over here, guys, is where we would have the pool. Soak up the beautiful Philippine sun out here. As you guys know, during this time of year, it's getting a lot more hot these days. So you have this nice little lap pool. Some tanning beds, get your tan on out here in this tropical sun. And it's its own little like sanctuary in the middle of the city, guys. Very gorgeous, nice lap pool. Some turf down on that side. Nice gardening as well. Landscaping is nice. So yeah, have this nice little sanctuary in the middle of the city. What more could you ask for? And another last huge perk of this condo of Michael's here is in the mailbox room, guys. You can actually pay your bills here. So this is very much so not common in BGC. So you can pay your bills, water, power, postpaid. You could load your phone with more data. That's extremely nice, super convenient as well. I mean, you really don't have to leave this place at all. All right, guys, so that is a wrap on Michael's move-in. It is a pleasure seeing that he's been plotting his move for the past 15 years to leave the States. And when we initially hopped on call in November, what was initially a dream is now reality. He has moved into his new home in BGC, and so that's really great to see. And great work, Jerica, getting him moved into his new condo out here in BGC. Like we mentioned, the prices in BGC are a little bit higher than the rest of Manila, clearly because of this condo, the original asking price was 85,000 pesos per month, but because of Jerica, we were able to get that negotiated down to 65,000 pesos per month, roughly saving him 20,000 pesos per month. So from 1.5K down to 1.1K, saving him $400 per month. He got a 1-year-long lease, so if you do the math, for the full year, we saved him $4,800 for the entire year. $4,800. That's definitely going to afford him more trips out to the provinces, more trips out to the beaches of the Philippines. So that's really great to see. And the reason why I bring that up, guys, is just because something you have to be a little bit weary of when you are planning on making the move to the Philippines is the prices that you see on the online property sites, on Facebook Marketplace, on these other sites. Sometimes it's a little bit marked up. Sometimes that's not actually the market rate, and you can actually negotiate it a lot lower than that, as you guys saw with what we did with Michael. And so that's the power of having this boots on the ground guidance, the local expertise, is because you can actually see what the market rate is, and ultimately not having to go through the wasted time, wasted effort, and more so wasted money when doing this move by yourself, when you're working with somebody that you actually trust. One thing that I actually didn't tell you guys about is most landlords out here in the Philippines, they require a 2-month advance and a 2-month security deposit. So in Michael's case, with 65K per month, the full deposit was 265,000 pesos. But the landlords, depending on who you're working with, can sometimes be a pain in the butt, because despite them knowing that you're an expat, despite them knowing that you're a foreigner, they will still ask you to pay in cash. And if you don't have a local Philippine bank account, how are you supposed to even withdraw money, 265,000 pesos, let alone from a bank? And the last thing we want is for you guys to walking around like Pablo Escobar, like a cartel member, with 265,000 pesos in cash, handing over a backpack full of wads of cash. And so what we did with that, the way we were able to get past that was with my local Philippine account, Michael just transferred via Wise from his US account to my local Philippine bank account, and with my local Philippine bank account, I was able to transfer that money to the landlord in pesos. And so that's the power of working with somebody that you can actually trust for this Philippine move. And I don't bring that up as like an advertisement, like look at me guys, this is what happened, but I do bring that up as something for you to be a little bit weary about if you are planning on making this transition by yourself. But if you're like Michael and you're planning on making this move, the main things that you have to situate is finding a rental, getting a roof over your head. Second is opening up a bank account, getting those PDCs or those post-dated checks, because those are the terms that majority of landlords require out here to pay your rent. And then third, getting a healthcare plan. Fourth would be getting your long-term visa if you qualify for a retirement visa out here. And so as for our next action steps for Michael, we're going to open up his local Philippine bank account. Jerica is also going to get his Globe or internet plan installed so that he has Wi-Fi in his condo. And also, if like Michael, you're planning on making this move and you don't want to have to deal with the wasted time, effort, and money that may come along the process of moving halfway across the world by yourself, and you want to get past, expedite all those things, get past all those obstacles of doing this move by yourself, then feel free to reach out to me in the link in description down below. We have a video down there that you can check out, and I can see how me and my team can help you out like we did with Michael. As for now, Jerica and I are going to head over to our next viewings with our second Michael of the day, Michael also from the States, and you guys will see that new video coming up very soon. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. God bless.